put it in perspective.
Yo, we didn't speak on anybody who had a drug problem, and you were a rap artist. These guys were smoking weed and drinking liquor, and we just, keep smoking and keep drinking.
I mean, that was. I mean, listen, from the hood, that was the norm. That was the norm. So we ain't think nothing of it. They just talking about what we doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was that real. I mean, even Wu-Tang to me, they was when it came to drug use, smoking woolies, smoking sets. Like that shit was cocaine in your weed. You know what I'm saying? Crack in your weed. The combination made my eyes bleed. Like, yo, that shit was real, son. Niggas forget about that part. I mean,
so now imagine DMX blows up. He's the biggest rapper on earth, and we don't know that he has a drug problem.
Yeah, we don't know. I didn't know about that. I know, especially the crack part. We didn't know about him doing no crack. That shit fucked me up when I first found out.
In 1998, 1999, in the year 2000, you have a crack problem?
Yo.
And really, it got confirmed after Ja Rule and him had that beef.
Yeah.
And it was short-lived. And I think that even with that being said, even something like that, again, fear can control us in the sense that, we can't talk about DMX having a crack problem. In 1999, throughout his whole that run, they didn't speak on it. DNY, as real as they weren't real about that.
Because listen, it went against all the image. Crack was not a thing. A rapper, a superstar rapper like DMX, somebody like that was using weed. Okay, we can tolerate the weed and liquor. We tolerate that. Crack. Nigga, we sold crack. Like, yo, how you know what I'm saying? Like, you're basically this era of these kids. These kids are using all these drugs. Like, back then in that era, you weren't being the abuser. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, you was the seller. You wasn't the abuser, especially of crack. So that was like, that was taboo.
But it was a lie.
It was a lie.
It was a lie. And DMX, his story, unfortunately, we didn't have, like you said, we weren't advanced enough in that from that aspect. Because imagine if we would have been able to just talk about that the way we are now. Also, I don't remember anyone mentioning a manic depressant with extreme paranoia. Hey, dog, I got something for you. That's his first single. He's talking about being bipolar, what we call bipolar now. DMX was talking about that.
Wait, that was
4 years ago. That's Get At Me, dog.
No, was it?
Yes, it. Oh, I'm sorry. That was his first album. What's on y'all niggas' mind?
Yeah, fucking with D.
That's the first time I can remember the term
manic depressant.
Manic depressant with extreme manic depressant. That is what they call bipolar disorder today. So imagine what DMX was called that. Probably he was diagnosed in jail. Guarantee it. I don't even have to look it up. I'll guarantee that they diagnosed him in jail with it. And back then in Rikers, and this is what happened in New York City in Rikers Island, they used to separate the people who were diagnosed with certain mental illnesses.
Yeah.
Right? Today it's not like that. They mix everyone together. So that's something else that is now all of a sudden becoming it's not taboo anymore to talk about because of social media and everything.
Yeah, it's a different time.
Right. So DMX, with the crack problem and now with the mental illness disorder, two things that were not talked about for someone who was such a big artist, who made that much of an impact on people in general. And
that just goes to show you, like, it's a disease, man. You know, drugs, alcoholism, like it's a disease, man. Like, and it's no one's immune to it. I don't care who you are, what place, what status, caste system, wherever you are at in your life, how much money you got. There's no escaping that, man. And the fame monster is another one. That's a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? The price of fame and just the glitz and the glam, the money, the women, all that. The yes men, people around you, the enablers around you. X probably had to deal with all that. You know what I'm saying? And then trying to keep that image of, letting not people letting people know that he was using crack. So it's a lot, man.
It's really crazy how far we've gotten from crack that people are doing dope in public. We're working with them. We go on the ride the trade with them. When we were kids, this was a totally it was this is how polarizing someone being a crackhead was to us. That the biggest musical artist in 1999,
Yeah.
before Eminem blew up,
Yep.
DMX, and we were not told that he was on crack because that's how polarizing that drugs were at that time.
Yeah.
22 years,
Absolutely.
you could not your favorite rap artist could not be on drugs back then
Yeah.
because if
And
he was,
that's
he
yeah.
lost points.
And that was a product of the Reagan era. Just say
Mm,
no era. Nancy Reagan,
crack was
all that.
black.
Crackheads, they demonize the crackhead in the neighborhood. They had black people turning on the people in their community, the abusers. I mean, it's a whole big thing. That's man, man. Listen, it's a vicious cycle.